Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the third match from season 17 here, the Dominion League. Um, right, this one is against Derg17. And looking at this board, my first thought was to go for Courtyard and money. This treasure trove to help that along. But on the other hand, there's a little bit of an engine with stables, nobles, extra source of VP as well, and plus buy through candlestick maker. If you want to go for that engine, you could open with trader maybe, just to get rid of the estates and to give stables some food, and you can have some money. But I think that's bad. Smugglers is also a consideration, and my opponent opens with a smugglers, so I do follow him here. But excuse me. Like I said, my first inclination was to play Courtyard and Treasure Trove and money, and I didn't end up doing that, which is probably wrong on this board. Especially the thing I didn't consider was Scouting Party. Those three I think is strong enough to overcome the engine here. However, I didn't factor in Scouting Party into my decision. I saw it was there, but I didn't put it together with the Scouts, the Courtyard and the Treasure Trove in my mind. So I decided to try to build the engine with stables and nobles. There was bank also that incentivized me for the engine, because if I could get a lot of treasures down with bank, that could easily be triple province, no problem. So we both open smugglers and courtyard here. I don't know if that's at all the best opening. The courtyard, yeah, and the smugglers I could see it, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe courtyard and silver is better. Anyway, so my four here, I have a scouting party and a candlestick maker, and I am quite annoyed that my opponent is able to smuggle that candlestick maker, given that they bought treasure trove the turn before. I really didn't want to just give them that for free. I should have been tracking and thought, or I should have at least known or considered that my opponent had a good chance of playing smugglers on this turn, given that they played courtyard the turn before. So that was a little bit bad of me. I should have just picked up a silver there and have my opponent smuggle that instead. I feel the candlestick maker is far more valuable to them if they are going for a more treasure based strategy with the courtyard and the treasure trove, that is. So it seems like they're angling for the courtyard treasure trove money strategy. And like I said, in retrospect, I think that's the best thing to do on this board. Combined with Scouting Party, you can get rid of a lot of the coppers from your hands and just have it full of rich cards like the Trove itself, the gold it brings, and silvers and courtyards, of course. So here my opponent plays their Trove for the first time in the game. So it gives you a gold and a copper. It has an interaction with trader, which I noticed, but I thought that would be too hard to line up the trove with the trader. So that way you could gain a gold and a silver. Brilliant, right? And my opponent gets a scouting party on 7. I thought it would have been a bank to be consistent with their money strategy, but instead it is a scouting party and a stables. So I was happy to see them buy the stables after having the treasure trove in their deck. It seemed like it was, putting 1 foot here and 1 foot on this part and 1 foot on the other part, the engine and the money thing. So it seemed a little bit inconsistent to me, but my opponent is able to pick up 2 stables so far, and I'm not having the greatest of draws in this game. I mean, that's one thing, fine, but I also think I played not the best strategy for the board. So this courtyard draws me into a million estates, and all I could do is pick up a scouting party here. I also think that, like, letting my opponent smuggle a candlestick maker, that's bad. I think that's quite bad. And that I don't have a silver yet, I also think that's quite bad, because I want to buy 5. I want to build the engine. I want to get to 5 and to 6, but I don't have silver in my deck yet, so You know, all these things to take note of. So I am getting bad luck, but I am also not building as well as I could, I feel. So stables comes out for my opponent. The candlestick maker comes down. So not only are they able to get a plus buy, but they are also able to hoard coin tokens, which I think is good for money strategy. And this turn they come up with 10 and 2 buys, goes for a couple stables. So they have more stables than me, which is bad, given that it is like the main source of plus draw here. You really don't want to be using nobles as an engine, because that's not great. You're going to use one nobles for Necropolis. You paid $6 for Necropolis. That doesn't seem appealing at all. Anyway, at this point, my opponent being able to string together 4 stables and still seeing that candlestick maker puts me in the back a big way. This time they don't quite have 10, just up to 9 with the 1 coin token. So we'll see what they go for here. I mean, bank is still there, still up in that right hand corner. My opponent has had multiple opportunities to go for it, but has opted for something else. Here we see the scouting party followed, well, the stables followed by the scouting party on this turn. So they have at least half the stables already, and there's very little chance of me picking up the remaining 2, especially after this Courtyard draw. I don't know what is it with Courtyard drawing all these estates this game. It was just one of these games, I guess. Anyways, so the treasure trove comes out again here, and my opponent is going to pick up the last stable. So that split went 6-4, and that is not how you want things to go if you're trying to build the engine. Not at all. So I finally do have a good turn here, and I hold back on playing this stables because I want to top deck it with the Courtyard. It wouldn't draw me any significant amount of money really, and this way I can guarantee at least having some kind of turn next turn, hopefully. So I push 2 coin tokens here, and I am going to pick up the nobles. Now I can't do much more than this, right? Because I know what my opponent's deck looks like. They're going to draw a lot with stables and then some more with Courtyard. Find that treasure trove, play it, and then just knock the provinces down. So all I could do is try to build the engine, try to get points with the nobles fast enough. If I could get a bank fast enough, maybe I could cause some trouble, because I have the 2 candlestick makers. It means I have 3 buys. If I could get a bank down after 7-8 coppers or a trove or something, you know, I could maybe ask some questions, make my opponent feel some pressure. Anyway, they smuggle a nobles off of me last turn and pick up a province, and then I have this lovely turn where the stables is dead. There's lots of options here, right? Well, not lots, there's 2. Play the Courtyard, take the stables back, or play the smugglers, picking up another nobles, and not doing anything else. It seems like picking up the nobles there was better than picking up the silver, although I need the silver. Jeez, I need the silver. When did I pick up the silver? Turn 20? And I was trying to build an engine with 5 and 6 cores, right? Yeah. This is not exemplary play at all from me. So what my opponent's turns are going to look like from now on is just a lot of stables and then a lot of money, and then buying scouting party province or just province. And I can do little here. I mean, I didn't help myself, but the deck also didn't help me. 10 is going to be, yeah, scouting party and province, and you're safe as houses doing that, right? So this is why I thought the combination of Courtyard, treasure trove, and scouting party was enough to overpower an engine strat. Just go straight for money. This whole league I've been shying away from money strategies, even when they appear to be, you know, at least competitive with engines on the board. This turn isn't great. I play this nobles dead, but I have enough money to pick up a nobles. Thank you, Silver, for doing that. So some stables for my opponent and a Courtyard, and then 1 million coins. By 1 million I mean 10, of course. I mean 12. This scouting party seems to be a bit uncomfortable for my opponent, but I think that's more of a good thing than a bad thing, that you have to think about which cards to discard from the top of your deck. I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily for them at this point, given that they are firmly in front at this point with the provinces. So this is how the game finishes off here. My opponent is able to buy perhaps a province every turn from here on out. I don't think they stall at all. Maybe they do stall for one turn, but they're able to buy a province a turn until they are done, and I'm just left picking up nobles by the side here, like I don't know, a poor man. I don't know. My turns are not at all very exciting. Look, this is 2. What am I gonna do on 2? I pick up a courtyard. Maybe it could pair with our nobles to draw. Anyway, straight province for my opponent. And yeah, my deck isn't helping me here. No money drawn off that courtyard again. As though to mock me. The courtyard. I meant for money strategies. Why are you playing me in an engine? Play me in money, then I will draw you money. Yes, courtyard, yes. I apologize. Next time, hopefully, I will learn from my engine myopia. So 6, but they have enough coin tokens here to get to province, and there's what, 3 left now, and time is running out for me, if not already out. And this smugglers does not really do what I wanted to do. I would like to smuggle nobles or stables, perhaps a gold, but none of that happens. Again, this courtyard draws $0. Put the courtyard back, and just going to pick up on nobles. At this point, I do not want to have to be spending coin tokens to buy nobles, but I have to. My opponent smuggles on nobles there, picks up another province. Again, moneyless courtyard. So this is how game 1 finishes off. I don't think I played it well. I think the best strategy is courtyard trove. Maybe a couple troves, a couple courtyards, maybe 3 courtyards actually. Anyhow, but you could just see how the deck goes, right? And the scouting party will bail you out of any stall turns potentially. Here I finally, this is like my biggest turn for the game, but it comes when there's 1 province in the pile. That is, yeah, not what you want to see. Like, I finally have money for a province, but just going to buy nobles and hope that, you know, the game glitches on my opponent and all their yellow cards turn to purple. But that is not going to happen, and that is game 1 for you here. Let me know what you think about what's the best way to go about this. Does trader have a place? I don't think trader has a place, but what about smugglers? I don't know. You tell me. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you in game 2.